Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title or the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you. Delivered courtesy of the universe through the language of synchronicity. This is a collective or general reading, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. All right. This is also a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. All right, the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. In tarot, the wands represent the element of fire, so this is talking about passionate action. And we have this figure is standing at the top of the turret of their castle, overlooking their domain. I have the world in my hands. So it's talking about the globe in his hands and wanting to expand. This energy is very much like a big fish in a little pond kind of energy. He is thinking about, okay, I have everything I want here, but I only live in a town of 5,000 people. So he knows if he moves anywhere, if he wants to expand his business, he's going to have to get out to more people somehow. And so quite often this reminds me of an entrepreneur that is, planted a business successfully, but he maybe wants to franchise and have another location in a larger center, or just expand his horizons in general. And then so that's the underlying energy, expansion. And then we have judgment here. So the judgment is coming from the spiritual realm down to the physical. The angel is blaring her horn, and the ancestors are literally climbing out of their boxes. So the ancestors are waving to the descendants across the veil, and this is saying they may have not had time or didn't get around to cleaning up whatever they needed to clean up before they crossed the veil. And so now it's been bothering them, and they're thrilled that judgment is coming through. So this judgment is coming from the Most High, and it is quite often, this card can represent skeletons coming out of the closet, or even Pandora's box being opened. And once Pandora's box is open, there's no closing it. A lot of truth comes out. And then we have this energy here about reconciliation. This card is kind of full of a lot of illusions, and sometimes can represent illusions around your childhood, or perhaps you have a lot of fears or inhibitions holding you back from being as successful as you could be from the way you were raised. This energy, when you first look at this card, it looks like, oh, these two children are playing in the yard and they're playing with these potted plants. But when you look closer, you realize, oh, that's not a child, that's a gnome. And this is a little lady. And, she's wearing this white mitt, saying she doesn't want to get her hands dirty. But when you look again, it looks from the back like she's an old hag walking away. And in the front, it looks like a young woman. And so this is actually asking, are you a people pleaser still? The old hag doesn't want the flowers. She doesn't want to get her hands dirty. She knows that they don't even belong to him. And she's like walking away. We don't want your stupid flowers. Leave us alone. But the younger woman is being nice. So she's explaining why they don't want the flowers. They don't want to get their hands dirty, etc. And this is saying, are you still going to be a people pleaser if someone from your past comes in and they are, they're under judgment, basically. And then we have these potted plants here in the cups. And in tarot, cups represent love, and quite often that's romantic love, but it can be love of family, friends, pets, etc. And it can also be love of something you love to be or do. So this energy is about love of some sort. So sometimes this energy can represent someone maybe that was a love interest coming back from the past and wanting reconciliation. The white flowers in the cups represent innocence. But these flowers are not innocent at all, because they're really from the nightshade family, and they're highly toxic. This is Datra, and Datra is sometimes used in ceremonies by shamans to heal childhood wounds by causing visions. So there's another illusion there. He would never let children play with this plant, and you wouldn't plant it in your yard if you have children or pets, because it can make them very ill. And then in the background there, the watchman, the person that's watching over these children, he's actually walking down the path. So the whole first impression you get is an illusion. And sometimes this card means there's a lot of illusions about your childhood and your upbringing that you're maybe not aware of. And perhaps that energy is coming towards you now because it needs healing, but you may not even know it's there. So it's that type of energy. Now you do. If you look at this card and it makes, you realize, oh, wow, that like it hits you. There may be something that, happened in your childhood. I mean, we all have things because we don't remember our childhood that well, but there could be something significant that's been holding you back and you don't realize it. The King of Swords represents one of the 4 kings in the Minor Arcana, and this energy is the element of air, and the swords represent your mental intelligence and your discipline of your mind. And so the king is someone that would be using, these are your thoughts, and so your thoughts are expressed through words, and those words could be written or they could be verbal. So this could be someone who's a speaker, or deals with a lot of paper, a lot of words on paper. And so quite often politicians, this can represent a politician energy. He's a king, so this represents someone who's high up in whatever field they're in. So if it's a politician, it could be a president, a prime minister. It could be someone in the Senate, the Congress, someone with a lot of pull. And it also could represent the legal profession. So this could be a judge, it could be a head prosecutor. If this is a lawyer, this would be a lawyer with, it would be a lawyer that is a partner in an established firm, someone higher up. And this could be a best-selling author on the New York Times best-selling list, a researcher that has found the cure for a disease, and maybe they have the Nobel Peace Prize, that type of energy. This could be an inventor with a lot of patents, that type of energy. A surgeon, or a dentist or a veterinarian. It's those kinds of professions. And this energy, this can belong to anyone, because, once you recognize that words have power, then, they say that, what is the saying? Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's not the most wise nursery rhyme, or I don't know if you'd call it a nursery rhyme, but it's not true at all. Words are very powerful, and the King of Swords is very aware of this. So, understanding that words can be used to uplift people, and they can also be used as weapons. Also, that action does speak louder than words, and so if you give your word and then you don't follow it up with action, your word is useless at that point, and it's hard on your reputation. Here we have the 9 of Cups, and so the 9 of Cups is saying that you're very close to having like the ultimate love coming towards you, and you being able to reciprocate. This energy, this person's on the stage, so it could represent this same energy of this King of Swords, I feel. This could be your energy in this reading, or this could be someone from your past, someone that you know, because this is a public figure, someone that's on stage, like if someone's in court. And these days, if it's a famous enough person, they'd be like featured every day, on the internet, etc. So And this person is on display, basically a public figure of some sort. And he's on stage, and everybody knows that he's so close to that 10 of Cups. And this is, talking about having, the partner you want and loving them, and they love you back. And then you have the children who love you, and you love them back. And, you love your career and you love your clients. And it's that type of energy where it's very flowing. But he is a little bit uncomfortable. You can see his body language is a little bit like incongruent here. In body language, if you sit like this with your feet turned out, you're leaking energy from your base chakra, basically. Like it's eating up your energy. And then here he is making an infinity symbol with his arms. So when his upper body is actually quite strong, he looks like a genie. This is representing someone who has been successful in the past, knows that they're almost going to have another coup, basically. But they're uncomfortable because people are wanting to celebrate before he's accomplished this. And he knows that, many a race is lost in the last lap. So this is saying you don't have it yet. You're highly favored to get it. Keep your focus. Don't be distracted now. And so this energy is also, we don't know, are those cups behind him in the past? Is this in the present? They're right above his head? Or is he sitting back and they're a little bit forward? And so this is coming into the future. So just depending on, and then look at that. The 10 of Cups comes in. So he did manage to land this. And so this energy is talking about the ultimate fulfillment in a perfectly imperfect world. Like everything that I mentioned. And this is saying, yes, he does manage to get it. And, but there's not many pentacles in it. Isn't that interesting? He has all the love that he wants, and he loves doing what he's doing, but the pentacle, the lifestyle, is not anywhere near what he wants it to be. Here we have, there's 10 pentacles in the tarot, and pentacles in the tarot represent your health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D world. And, you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle you want. So something's missing, and it's not love. It's something else. Because he has all the love he needs. What he doesn't have is the lifestyle. And he's wondering if, I'm just getting this feeling here, it's like wondering if all the work that he's put in to be able to have this is worth it. Where's my pentacles? I don't feel happy. I have all this. I know I have all this. But I don't feel like this is feeding me. My lifestyle, this could represent boredom, or, it's almost like this person is looking back into the past and saying, yes, by anyone's calculation in the, in his industry, in his friends, his peers, his family, everybody would be saying he has it all, but he doesn't feel that way himself. It feels like there's something from the past bothering him, that he feels like he should be living a different lifestyle than the one he's living, even though it's perfect to everybody else. And it should be perfect, and he understands that. It's what he worked for, but it's not making him happy. Very interesting. Sometimes you get what you want, and then you realize you don't want it after all. And then this is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is representing an energy of communication coming in. The knights would work for the king and queen, and in the old days, that was the only form of communication, long distance, is, this way. But these days, the communication, you don't need to be thinking in tarot when one of the knights comes in, and a lot of times, it does represent communication. A lot of people think, it has to be in person. No, it could be a phone call, a text message, it could be an email, it could be even like something coming in the post. Maybe you're on social media, someone messages you. You could, see an event there and then go to the event and meet someone in person. But it's like you have to put some energy into it, basically. You have to meet it halfway. And so part of this is also, if you're looking for communication from someone or information, take the time to even watch the news for 5 minutes a day. Find out what's going on at the top of the pyramid, because whatever the top of the pyramid is doing definitely is going to affect everybody on some level, some to a lesser degree than others. And you might pick up trends or something. You might see something, from another country or whatever, and think, oh, that's a great idea. That's what I'm going to do with my business, that type of energy. So the communication coming in can be, because this is also a sword energy, and this is about your intellect, basically. Sometimes this energy represents an investigation going on, like a legal investigation, or private eye energy. Sometimes this can represent someone who is like hidden cameras, basically using technology to spy on people, that type of energy. But because this is like a fool rushing in, and he's running from someone or something towards someone or something. And looking at this, it's like this information comes in, and it's talking about this person not being satisfied for whatever reason. Why he cares, I don't know, but maybe could be competition in some realm. The reason why this appears to be like a fool rushing in is because, like, we can only see half his sword. We can't see the point of it. And we wonder, can he even see the point of his information? He's got a big red flag hanging, flying from his helmet here. His horse is totally stressed out. And horses represent your heart, your passion for life. And he's running against the wind through barren land and pushing this horse to the limit. So this is someone who's anxious, maybe panicking even, trying to get away from something or someone, or he's running as fast as he can towards something to share some information. I feel it's about this judgment being called. And this could be someone from your past. This could represent family members, or someone from when you were younger, for sure. Or someone from your past. It could be this could be someone that you were involved in the past, in an intimate relationship, because it's all of a sudden that now you have this. But also, okay, it's a weird energy. I don't know why it matters, but it's like anyone should be satisfied, and it's almost like he's not satisfied. Like he's still wanting to go back into the past. It's that kind of energy. I don't know why they care, but this is the 9 of Pentacles now. Ah, see here he only has 6 pentacles, and then this 1. And this energy is very different. The 9 of Pentacles represents kind of a ratio of how you handle your money, and your energy and your time. So this is talking about learning real strong discernment when it comes to how much you invest of yourself in any project, who you invest in, what you invest in, and what do you anticipate the return to be. This energy represents someone who's very skilled at this, and this is pre-Empress energy. The Empress in Tarot represents someone who, she's in the major arcana, and she represents someone who has a lot, is a generator of energy and a powerful, powerful manifester, because she has learned through life experience how, she's had a lot happen. So she's learned from all of her life experience, and knows this very well, the give and take in life. And she has, this always reminds me of Nikola Tesla, the famous inventor and genius. He would say, if you knew the beauty of the 369, you would have the key to the universe. And I've always paid attention to that, someone that smart. And the thing is that you see here, she has her hand on this 6 Pentacles, and she keeps this for herself because she knows that this is what I need to pay my bills, my mortgage, my car payment, whatever that is. I need to pay my bills with this, and then I want to have some left over for in case there's an emergency, if an appliance breaks down, that type of energy. Then she has these 3 behind her, and she might use one of these pentacles to to invest in more risky investments that have a high return that won't break her if it doesn't go the right way. This energy here might be giving to charity, and perhaps she's saving up for a holiday for the family or something like that. This energy with the falcon here represents that ability to have foresight, to understand what's going on, and to understand that you need to have a strong environment at home and at work to be able to manifest at a high level. And I feel that this is talking about like this 6 Pentacles here. There should be more. Now, you might, well, what's the difference between 3 and 1 Pentacle? There's only 10 Pentacles in the tarot. So 10 Pentacles is billionaires, like multi-billionaire. And 9 of Pentacles is multi-millionaire. And, then it goes down from there. So this would be about upper middle class kind of energy. And so this is talking about she should be like multimillionaire, and she's upper middle class energy. And where's my money? Where's my lifestyle? That type of energy. Whoops. And then we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is representing a breath of fresh air. This card has been coming up so much in the readings. It's really funny. I was watching another tarot reader, and she had a whack of cards like about 5 inches thick, and she's like, with all of these cards, the same cards aren't going to keep coming out. And I could feel for her because this energy keeps repeating itself. It's like, but I feel like it's because a lot of people are going through this, whatever this is at this time. A lot of people are feeling like this. Why don't I, like, I've been putting so much time and energy into something. Why don't I have more out of it? Why don't I feel satisfied? Like, what's wrong? When I should be like this, feeling like I should be feeling, woohoo, and I'm feeling woo. But this is a breath of fresh air. So the page comes in, and the pages would work for the, see, look at this energy. This is the page when he was, this is the knight when he was younger, because the pages would start working for the king and queen at a very young age, and they would come from the outlying family. So it was a real coup if you became a page and you were invited to work in the palace walls, because you can imagine that it would really, you would learn a lot about wealth and high society, that type of energy. They would start very young, around 7 to 14. You have to remember that back then, the life expectancy was half of what it is now. So childhood was short, that type of energy. So this is talking about the communication coming in, but this is talking about, this is the Page of Swords being knighted after working for the palace for probably at least 10 years. And this is talking about, when he first got there. And this is like all the youthful exuberance and optimism and woohoo, I landed this, this position. Lifestyle would be way better for him there. And then look how stressed out he is now, And it's kind of saying that, like, just because everybody else thinks that you should be happy with what you have doesn't necessarily mean that you are, because you are sometimes, you're not living your authentic desires. You're living what people told you needed to have to be happy, if that makes sense. So this is a breath of fresh air coming in. This communication is saying, hey, remember when you were young and you were carefree? He's asking the question, and he's looking away. Most of the pages are like totally focused on their element, but he's looking away because he knows logically what to do, what needs to happen here, but his intuition, he wants to think outside the box, and he wants to look away from this and use his intuition. Stella, stop. he understands that this is a double-edged sword, and that his energy, like he needs to use his logic to ask the question, and then use his intuition to be able to find which answer is the most creative. And this energy is talking about disciplining your mind so that you get what you want. And that, I feel like this energy is just saying that perhaps you are in this position and you're really successful, because this is the King of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So very much all the same energy. And feeling like, logically, you know that you've done very well and you should be really happy, yet there's something in you where you just feel like you're not living your authentic lifestyle. There's something missing from your past here. And then we have, but you're victorious when you take action. So this is saying, okay, this is the solution to the problem. So the Six of Wands represents being a leader, and this is total victory. So this is like when you were, you won some sort of battle, and I feel like this battle is an inner battle here within this situation. And I feel that words, what I said about words, that they could be used as weapons, or they could be used to uplift people. I just feel like this energy is learning to discipline your mind through meditation and prayer. So you quiet the mind and you can listen to your intuition as well. And you notice the reason, like she definitely has been in some sort of battle, some sort of competition, that type of energy. And she's definitely come out victorious. Look how proud she is. And just look at the difference of this horse to this horse. There's total trust there. This horse understands that the rider is comfortable in the position they're in. They're a leader. And even the people in the background that may have been in competition and they wanted to win have to admit that this person is a strong leader. And everybody is feeling that because they've learned to rein their emotion in and discipline their mind, which gives you freedom. Freedom is discipline of your mind, because you overcome your emotions and you do what you need to do in the strongest way possible. And this is about being authentic within yourself. Really, really interesting energy. This is about talking, I feel, more like an inner battle, but this could be like maybe in the 3D world, it could be like maybe there was a position at work, and everybody wanted this promotion and we're vying for it, and you're the one that won, and people they might be a little disgruntled, but they're still having to admit, they did deserve to win. They showed a lot of leadership skills, that type of energy. So going from the bottom to the top and back down, we've got judgment being called. Someone panicking from that. It could be because you received the position or the leadership role rather than who they expected to. This is a breath of fresh air, like being able to, because you were able to think differently from the crowd instead of going along with the crowd. And this should bring you ultimate fulfillment if you're in your if this is authentically what you want. But if you are just playing a role, then you'll get what you want, but maybe it's not what you authentically want. So while everybody else is like wishing they could be you, you're wanting something else. It's kind of interesting. And this is something that's left over from childhood. This could be something that you feel like you missed out on along your path. Maybe there's someone that you really cared about and you can't stop thinking about them or something, because this is quite often talking about thinking. Very interesting energy. I like this reading. It's talking about an inner battle, not an outer battle with other people. Definitely you're a very successful person either way, and people see you as such, but you don't necessarily feel like you are. Whoops, these two cards want to come out here. Okay, I was just going to say, I'm going to clarify this if you're leaving the reading here. These two cards flew out of my clarifying deck, so here we go. If you're leaving the reading now, thank you for your time and energy. Can you please give it a like and comment? It really helps me build my channel. I appreciate it. And also consider subscribing. You're more than welcome to join the channel, and I would really be honored if you did so. Okay, for those of you who want to continue, I'm clarifying with my oracle, and this is Tales from the Vector. These two cards just flew out of the deck. Scared the crap out of my cat. She just took off. They just came flying out. Okay, we have this energy here. All right, so this is an oracle that I started back in 2007. I completed all the paintings. I'm an artist, so I completed 64 paintings by 2020. This is called Tales from the Vector, and it's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. These numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're ordered in my gallery there. So if you want to check it out, in the description box below, I'll put the numbers of these cards as they appear in the reading, and so you know which paintings to look for. So this is talking about the Scorpio energy. I just want to point out, when I have a horoscope sign in my collective readings like this, I'm not talking about an individual person. Like if you ever get your birth chart done, you would know, like we all have most of the signs in our birth chart. Maybe not all of them, but usually at least 10 or so. And this energy, when I'm doing these readings, I'm talking about like the sign itself. What does it represent? What can we learn from it? Every single one of the signs has its pluses or minuses. In your own reading, like if you were looking at this as a personal reading, if a horoscope sign comes up, that could be very accurate. You have to use your intuition. I just want you to understand that's not my intention. And so this is talking about uniting people. Really interesting, because that's the role of a leader. And so this is talking about someone who can really, is powerful at uniting people and getting shift done on the outside, but on the inside, there's like this doubt basically, because they still don't feel like they're being their authentic self. Interesting. And then we have this sacral chakra energy. This is about manifesting, and this is also, like, Scorpio is considered to be the sexual gladiator of the universe, or of the horoscope. So this is about manifesting, whether you're male or female, that's where we manifest from, in the sacral chakra, your creativity. And it feels like there's some sort of judgment here. This could be a past lover maybe that you had and it didn't work out, but you still hold on to that energy somehow. This is talking about having harmony around it. And then we have the world. So when the Fool goes out on his journey, the last card of the journey is card 21. So when the world energy shows up, it's talking about you did complete a cycle here. You've learned everything you can from it, and it's talking about an achievement that you've done, and now it's time to move into the next cycle because you've learned all you can from this one. And for some reason, this King of Swords can't let go of something from the past, so they don't feel like it's complete, and they're bringing it into the next cycle. Indifference, we're all in it together. This is talking about being a work in progress, and this is exactly the energy. Feeling kind of indifferent here, whether or not, like, it's a weird energy I'm feeling. It's like they know as a public figure they should be really, really excited and happy about this, and yet they know inside that they're kind of indifferent to it because they're focusing on this energy from the past that they haven't had closure, basically. And we have this energy here of the Tower coming in. Interesting there. So Tower energy, it says divorce, but the Tower energy in my oracle is more talking about divorce. The worst divorce would be from source. So from being your authentic self on your authentic path. So I feel like this is an inner tower that this person is going through. On the outside, this person looks totally successful. People probably are envious of their success. But on the inside, they feel like something's missing. And there's judgment being called on that again. And so this is unfettered. This is a beautiful pink and green dragon, and she's from the Pleiades. She's the heart, represents the heart chakra. But this, she shows up twice in my oracle. In one, she's upright. In the other, she's upside down. And this is the one, like the cosmic judgment, the energy of the cosmic heart. So God's judgment and the universe placing judgment on this. So the universe agrees with this person that they're not, that this is not what they were, that yes, you were very successful, be proud of that, but that's not going to fulfill you, because that wasn't your purpose for coming here. It's that type of energy. Dang, that would be annoying as ever to be in that position. The Wheel of Fortune is turning though, and I feel that's what this energy is coming in, where like maybe intellectually, on a logical level, you understand I am very successful, and I like, it's almost like it would be so irritating, because by anyone's standards you have really achieved a lot, but you know in your heart that that's not what you came here for. So it's like an empty kind of, yeah. And then we've got dissemination. So dissemination is a tactic that we can use on ourselves, or can be used on others. And it's when there's an elephant in the room and you're like, elephant? What elephant? I don't see an elephant, but it's in your living room. So you have, you're living with it, and you eventually have to, and this is like when you start believing in your own press. Okay, everybody, I'm really, everybody in the papers, on the internet are saying, I'm so successful. I'm successful. Why don't, and this is talking about a spiritual need. There's something that is not authentic about this success. It's authentic because you've gotten there, but it's not really what is going to make you happy, which would be a real challenging thing to deal with. I would imagine if you get to this point of success and you're supposed to be happy, it would be very annoying to be in this energy. But the Wheel of Fortune is turning because there's a tower come in, and this is God's judgment and the universe, and saying, okay, are you going to go do what you were supposed to now? That would be so annoying. Anyway, okay, this is definitely random, but I enjoyed it because it's different. All right, and please do give it a like and comment if you have enjoyed it as well. And consider subscribing if you resonate with the channel. I would really be honored if you did so. Bye for now.